Today we are going to be talking about 4 silent health problems that stop most seniors from living beyond the age of 80. Now, I want to start this conversation because it's a very important one. And I've had many people ask me, how do you get to my age and still look so young? How do you get to my age and still have this much energy? How do you get to my age and not need any medication? Well, there's a few things. One is genetics. Yes, we can't change our genetics. We cue and change the fact that my dad lived to 93 and my mom S82 and still going strong. But there are also other things. I have identified and dealt with these 4 silent killers long before they became a problem. And so today, I'm gonna go over the 4 silent killers that really stop most people from living beyond the age of 80. And I'm also gonna give you some tips on how you can deal with them or avoid them. So what are the 4 silent killers? Well, no. One is high blood pressure. Now, high blood pressure doesn't cause any symptoms. It's called the silent killer for a reason. However, it is killing so many people over the age of 60. But if you have high blood pressure, you'll probably take medication to control it. But here's the problem with that. Medication has side effects. And the more medications you're on, the more side effects you're going to have. The most common side effect of blood pressure medication is low blood pressure. Low blood pressure could make you dizzy, lightheaded, and you could fall and break your hip. And then you could end up in the hospital, and then end up in a nursing home. And this is what happens to so many seniors. So if you have high blood pressure, don't just pop pills to control it. There are natural things you can do to bring your blood pressure down. I'm going to tell you those 4 things right now. One thing that you can do is cut back on salt. Should never exceed 1 teaspoon of salt per day. That's less than 2,300 milligrams of sodium. Too much salt raises your blood pressure and can also cause kidney problems, stroke, and heart disease. Okay, the second thing that you can do is eat more potassium. Now, potassium lowers blood pressure. And foods that are high in potassium include avocados, bananas, beet greens, pumpkin seeds, spinach, and sweet potatoes. So add these foods into your diet and hopefully lower your blood pressure naturally. Third thing you can do is exercise more. Exercise strengthens your heart and improves circulation. And then finally, 4th thing you can do is reduce stress. Stress raises blood pressure, so you need to find ways to reduce stress in your life. Some people turn to prayer, so others turn to meditation. Find whatever works for you. All right, no. 2 silent killer is high blood sugar. This can be just as dangerous as high blood pressure. High blood sugar can cause damage to your eyes, kidneys, nerves, and even your brain. In fact, studies show that the risk of cognitive decline and dementia increases with higher blood sugar levels. But too many people ignore the signs of high blood sugar, and it goes undiagnosed, and then they become a diabetic. But there are things that you can do to help control your blood sugar naturally. One of the best things you can do is eat a low-carb diet. When you eat carbs, your blood sugar rises, and eating too many carbs can lead to insulin resistance and weight gain. Now, I'm not saying you have to go on a keto plan and start eating no carbs. I'm just saying keep your carbs low. Another thing you can do is eat more fiber. Fiber helps to stabilize your blood sugar. It slows down the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates. And good sources of fiber include fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. Another thing you can do is exercise more. Exercise increases your body's sensitivity to insulin, which helps regulate blood sugar. Also, exercise helps your body use glucose more efficiently. Another thing you can do is lose weight. If you're overweight, carrying extra weight can actually make insulin less effective, leading to high blood sugar. Now, I know that may seem like a lot of things to do. You got to lower your salt, you got to eat more potassium, you got to exercise, you got to lower your stress, you got to lower your carbs, you got to eat more fiber, you got to lose weight. But here's the thing, you don't have to do all of them. You pick one thing to work on. Pick one area of your life to improve and focus on that one thing. So you improve that one thing, then you can move on to the next thing. But don't try to tackle everything at once. Don't try to overhaul your entire diet. Don't try to transform your entire life in 1 week. Just focus on one thing at a time and do that until you master it. Then move on to the next thing, all right? The 3rd silent killer is sleep apnea. Now, most people don't know that over 70% of seniors have some type of sleep apnea. And what is sleep apnea? Sleep apnea is when your breathing repeatedly stops and starts while you're sleeping. Now, this can cause a lot of different issues. It can cause fatigue during the day, irritability, difficulty concentrating. And it can also increase your risk for other health problems like high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease. But guess what? There are things that you can do to help reduce your risk of sleep apnea. One of the things you can do is lose weight. Obesity is a major risk factor for sleep apnea, so losing weight can greatly reduce your risk. Another thing you can do is quit smoking. Smoking weakens the muscles in your throat, making it more likely for them to relax and close off your airway. And then another thing you can do is sleep on your side. Sleeping on your side instead of on your back can help keep your airway open. Alright, the fourth silent killer is low testosterone. Now, as men age, their testosterone levels decline. In fact, your testosterone levels start declining around the age of 30. But there's a problem with that. Low testosterone can cause a lot of issues like decreased muscle mass, increased body fat, low libido, erectile dysfunction, and even depression. But there are things that you can do to help boost your testosterone levels naturally. One of the things you can do is lift weights. Lifting weights helps stimulate testosterone production. Another thing you can do is get more sleep. Getting enough sleep is crucial for maintaining healthy testosterone levels. Another thing you can do is manage your stress. Chronic stress can negatively impact testosterone levels. And lastly, you can eat foods that are rich in zinc. Zinc is an essential mineral that plays a key role in testosterone production. Good sources of zinc include oysters, meats, fish, seafood, eggs, dairy products, and nuts. But out of all of these four silent killers, the one that I see most often is high blood pressure. Doctors love to prescribe medication for high blood pressure. But what does the research say? The research shows that most of these medications only prolong your life by 2 to 4 years, but they come with a whole host of side effects. For example, there's a diuretic called hydrochlorothiazide, and it's the most common blood pressure medication prescribed. And guess what? It comes with a black box warning because it can cause dehydration, especially in the elderly. It can also cause low potassium levels, which can lead to muscle weakness and even cardiac arrest. And if that's not bad enough, it can also cause hyperglycemia, which is high blood sugar. So why would anyone want to take this medication? If you're concerned about your blood pressure, I highly recommend that you check out this video, where I talk more in depth about blood pressure and how to overcome it. So click the link in the description below, and I will see you over there.